The Eagles, ultimately, they traded CJ GJ. Obviously, a lot of you guys don't like that. A lot of you guys are pretty tight about that. But here's the details to the trade. The Philadelphia Eagles are trading CJ Gardner-Johnson to the Texans in exchange for offensive guard Quinyon Green. He's a former first-round pick. The Eagles will also receive a 2026 fifth-round pick, and the Texans will get a 2026 sixth-round pick. So basically, it was a player swap and a pick swap. I'll speak for myself. I didn't really expect this. I didn't expect this in the slightest, especially knowing that they've lost a lot of bodies on defense already, a lot of key contributors, in Sweat and Milton Williams. They lost Isaiah Rodgers. The Slay situation is still kind of in the air a little bit. We really don't know exactly what's going on with that technically. But now you add CJ Gardner-Johnson to that list. And I think we all know CJ Gardner-Johnson, despite how people feel about him externally and internally, he brought a fire, he brought a swagger, he brought a heart to this defense that they were lacking in 2023. So again, it's no mistake that when he was here, the Eagles made it to 2 Super Bowls. He was a huge contributor. 12 interceptions over the 2 years that he was here. Had no problem tackling, was a willing tackler. Very effective when on the field, when healthy. And again, it's something that kind of took me by surprise. If I'm being honest, like you said, Simone, I thought it was a trick. Somebody text me. I'm like, nah, this can't be real. So I double check everything, and I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? And we all have had conversations, online, offline about this situation. And again, when you couple this situation with the whole back and forth between him and Slay, or I don't know if you call it a back and forth, but just the dynamic between him and Slay, when you put that into the pot as well, it looks a little funny in the light. I'll say that.
Not to me, well. So it's not breaking news that I'm privy to information on some things that happened, off the football field. So when the casual sees these things, I'm a casual too. I don't want to talk about well, I don't know what I am, but when a casual sees these things and he says, well, what is Howie doing, this, that, and the third, they're not privy to the information. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's a gift and a curse. Y'all know if I ain't like this move, y'all have seen Lunchtime with the Bullies before. I'd be all over the place. Now I don't like the move, but it had to be done, man. It had to be done, man. Sometimes people don't get along. Sometimes things go too far. And, sometimes it just got to be done for the betterment of the team. For the betterment of the team, man. I talked to CJ, 3-4 days ago. And, I talked about not letting situations trick you out of your position. Now, what I can't do is I can't show a young 27-year-old millionaire how to celebrate being a champion. There's no way in the world that I'm having a better time being a world champion than these guys are. You know what I mean? So it's almost kind of like, if that's the bid you want to make, you want to be disgruntled and all of this, man. And these are the steps that the organization is going to take. I don't know if Slay will be back. We might have lost 2. Slay, we already knew this could have been the end of the road for Slay. But CJ, you know what I mean? I don't even think we even saved the money on this one. So that should let you guys know that it was much more than what you're reading. You know what I mean? Sometimes some things are just character issues. Some things can just be character issues, and organizations don't want to deal with character flaws, man. And it sucks, man, because we staring down the barrel of a Super Bowl window, bro. We are staring down the barrel of a Super Bowl window, and we have lost so many pieces on the defense already. But the one piece we did retain was the one guy that made All Pro. You know what I mean? And Zack Baun. So we could be happy about that. But look at the guys, man. Look, you gotta look at certain guys, man, who thrive in the Philadelphia Eagles culture, man. They not the guys that make the tabloids run in their mouth, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I just don't like when AJ Brown talk. Just be quiet sometime, bro. I know you go get a therapist. If you need somebody to vent to, do that. Call up one of your homeboys. But publicly crashing out or publicly having these type of spats or issues in public, the Eagles are not the organization to deal with that, bro. They will move on, bro.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good point. They make it very clear no one is bigger than the brand. No one is bigger than the logo,
You're
right?
not. You're not. And then And then let's think about it from this aspect too. You know what I mean? We not no peasant franchise who don't got no ring. See the Panthers would deal with that. You know what I mean? The Browns got to deal with that. The Bengals got to deal with that. The Bills got to deal with that. We don't
Right.
got to deal with that, man. We got 2 rings. We in an elite club of just grace and just dominance, bro. We don't want to deal with that, especially if we feel like you're somebody that we can replace. It's gonna be hard to replace somebody like CJ, but they rolled the dice on it, bro, and sent him somewhere to go be elite with a
Yeah,
good team around him.
Yeah, they ain't sent him to a bad team, right,
right.
Simone?
They didn't.
Yeah.
That
But
shows that they care somewhat because they could have got more for him.
yeah, the sad thing about the thing that makes it the hardest for me as a CJ lover, y'all know I got CJ Gardner-Johnson jersey. I don't even know what to do. The thing that makes it the hardest is that I understand it. That's what makes it the hardest because you know what I mean? Like you love something, but you understand you got to let it go. That she hurt the most. You know what I'm saying? It'd be easier if I could just crash out and it didn't make sense. Like knowing that you love something, but you have to let it go. That stings even worse. But yeah, I'm saying like CJ, the things that we as fans loved about him the most, those are things that teammates, coaches, and maybe executives don't want to deal with. You know what I mean? Like CJ's energy, CJ's passion, CJ's swag that he brings on the field and online. You know what I mean? That fires us up as fans. You know what I mean? But for a coach, for a teammate, for an executive, that's just extra baggage that they don't want to most likely deal with. And it's for the betterment of the team. Sadly.
We was gonna have smoke with the Swifties for the foreseeable future. Next year, moving on, we was gonna have all type of smoke with them, man, for the foreseeable future, man. But I don't think that should matter. I think that the organization should shield players that's just having innocent fun. But all I can say for people that's confused about the situation is trust me when I say it had to happen, bro. Trust me when I say it had to happen. I'm never gonna like talk about any confidential information. Y'all know if it ain't have to happen, and if I was confused, I'd have ripped the steering wheel off. I'd have flipped the table if I was at the crib.
Mm-hmm.
But some things have to happen. Now it's all about what are we going to do to adjust? What is Vic Fangio going to do? Who's going to be in that position now? Are you going to draft? Are you going to trade? What are you going to do?
So didn't we bring in CJ re-signed before Vic Fangio or after?
I would have to say after.
Yeah, it was after. I
It was
think Vic brought
after.
him back.
Yeah, typically they
But I
bring
think
in their coaches before they bring in the player.
But I think it was a Howie move though. I feel like Howie knew he made a mistake by letting him go and not getting the deal done. I think it was a Howie Roseman move.
Right. And now that Howie was actually able to, now that they was actually able to follow through all the way and actually win the chip, it makes it easier to give him up the second time. You get what I'm saying? Like you got what you wanted from bringing him back. The first time you gave up on him, y'all went to the Super Bowl, y'all lost it, things kind of went south, and the defense did what it did in 2023. You bring him back, y'all actually finished through with the deal, finished through to win the whole thing. Now in your mind, you feel a little bit more comfortable making that move. You got a little bit more leeway in that situation. But again, this is a situation where, and it's funny, I tweeted, right? And I got a lot of people asking me what's going on, but like I tweeted after some insight and offline conversations, maybe it was the right decision. And I got a lot of people in a frenzy because I said that, right? And look, like you, LB, we talk a lot offline. We talk a lot offline. And regardless of the fan perspective, when you think about it from the business perspective, the professional perspective, when you try to put yourself in those other players' shoes and within that organization, maybe this was the right move. Maybe this was the right move. Again, the same thing that'll make you laugh and make you cry, right? So CJ, what he brings to the table, that energy that we love, that swag, that shit talking we love because we from Philly and that's the vibe we on. Yeah, but that don't work everywhere. That don't work in every building. That don't work in every dynamic. So, and it's funny, every time CJ ever broke down the team, he would always say, listen, y'all, I talk a lot of shit. And he'll give his his leadership quotes and so on and so forth. But I personally felt like CJ was turning a corner after he got ejected from that Washington game. I felt like he turned a corner as a professional and realized how important he was to this team and how he can't be a crash, how he can't be a liability. I felt like that was a big turning point for him in his career. And for things to ultimately end up like this, especially again, when you couple it with the whole Twitter crash out he had on, social media, whatever, it was just like at some point, you can't give everything your energy, no matter how much you agree or disagree, right? Sometimes it's cool just to type it in your notes, pretend like you tweeted it and put your phone down. You know what I mean? It's so many tweets that I tweet or post. It's so many tweets that I type out and then I delete it and I feel way better because I'm like, you know what? I think I need to just write that or just get that out. You know what I'm saying? It's so much shit I want to put on Twitter that I just don't. So it's just now we have to start looking at life beyond this situation, right? Who do the Philadelphia Eagles currently have on the roster at safety who they potentially see taking that next step forward? Because we can sit here and wallow about CJ GG all we want, Eagles fans, but the reality is the deal is done, and now we got to start looking at the future and what things look like going forward. Because we are Eagles supporters more than anything. We're not CJ GG supporters more than anything. We're Eagles supporters. So, I look at guys like Sidney Brown, right? What's the next step for him? How high are they on him, right? Are you that comfortable in where he is in his progression and what Vic Fangio can do for him and Christian Parkin can do for him? Are you that comfortable in that farm system to the point where you're able to move on from CJ GJ, right? You did bring in Lewis Seen at the end of the season, a former Georgia safety, right? What does he have? Are you going to draft another DB? I'm sure they will, but I want to get your perspective on that. Beyond the CJ GJ part of it, and Simone, we can start with you. When you look at who they have on the roster currently at safety, Reed Blankenship, Sidney Brown, Lewis Seen, Tristan McCullum. When you look at guys like that, are you confident in where they can take their opportunity?
First, I'm laughing because everybody got LB tweet blowing up.
Wait.
Eagles Nation.
Oh, yeah.
Eagles Nation got per Lord Brunson says he spoke to CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Oh, here they go. They better put you in a bind.
Right, he blowing up.
Put me in no bond because my lips is sealed. They like, what does trust me mean?
He's not about to be in no bond.
Right, they're like, what does trust me mean? I'm not trusting nobody named Lord Brunson.
Then
Well, don't trust me then. Be mad. Then you see me. I try to bring you a peace of mind. If I tell you, if I tell you what I know, then I might got to kill you. You know what I mean? I try to get you a piece of mind. I'm telling you, trust me. If you trust me, then you won't feel bad about it. Trust me. I'm all for the betterment of the team. You ain't gotta trust me. Who else did he talk to about it? Go trust them then.
Exactly.
And it's the thing about it. You know why you don't want to trust me? To all the people out there, you don't want to trust me because I don't wear no tie. I don't come on the screen talking like Pee Wee Herman. You want to know what, man? Some of these young bulls that's in contact with me, half the young bulls that's in the league are from the inner city, and they relate to somebody like me. That's why they talk to me. So go trust whatever they tell anybody else who got Toucan Sam nose tight suit wearing. They could go listen to them then.
Listen, the reality is, I think I think people are more bitter than anything, right? I'm looking at some of these replies and they're hilarious. Like it's yo, Twitter is so much more funny when you actually know the truth and people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
it's way more funny because again, we talk and that photo is very recent. I'm talking the past 3-4 days recent.
Listen, listen. I'm FaceTiming NFL athletes in Jamaica. What are we talking about here, man? Go trust who you want to trust, bro. You ain't got to trust me. I don't care, man. I know what's going on. And I talked to Slay today. But I'm not one of them guys that's going to just throw that information out there for no clout. I don't need no clout, bro.
Exactly.
I don't need no clout, bro. I just like knowing the truth. So,
But that's the thing, though, right, LB? You said something real interesting, right? The fact that the way you packaged, right? The way you like the aesthetic that you provide to this content game, it's rather unorthodox in terms of mainstream media. So people have a hard time, unfortunately, people got a hard time investing that trust in somebody that carry it the way you carry it. And the reality is, You've been doing this content thing for a long time, and you more plugged in than people want to give you credit for. And trust me, I'm not saying this because I work with you. I'm not saying this because like we homies. Or none of that, bro. I'm saying this because I've seen it. I've seen it before. You know, I've seen it before we did content. I'm seeing it while we do content, bro. I'm always like you've always been that guy that, from what I can tell, from what I've seen, to be plugged in, and you always handled it and carried it with grace. You never crashed out. You never put nobody's business on Front Street. You always carry it like a pro. You carried it like a pro. And a lot of people, what they really want, they want you to crash out. They want you to put those messages out there. And the reality is, for why? For why? Relationships are more important than the clicks any day of the week.
Any day of the week. And somebody just said in the thing, LB, it's not about you. You sad right now. I understand. But I just want you to understand this. If it was about me, the messages would be out there. If it was about me. It ain't about me. It'll never be about me. It's about the Eagles. It's about the team, which is why I'm not sitting here boo-hooing and being upset when I know the truth. So, you know, we got to move on. And my whole message is, being as though I know more than the average person is, it had to happen. It had to happen. It ain't happen for no reason. Howie ain't just do a line in his office and start making crazy moves. You know what I'm saying? It had to happen, bro. It's a method to this. You know what I mean? This was a reaction to something that happens. It had to happen, bro. So, you know, that's life, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Man. So it'll be like, when you think about this, someone go ahead. You got something in your mind. I can sense it.
I mean, we fresh popped this stream up. I'm still processing everything in my mind. Like, I'm still processing. Like, first of all, I'm getting jump scares. Every time my phone buzzes, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on edge right now. Okay. First of all,
I'm scared, y'all. I ain't gonna tell you. I'm scared for AJ Brown.
Put him in timeout, please. Please.
All right.
Please.
Come on.
I'm scared.
One day.
Tone, do it. Tone, put him in timeout.
One piece of drama at a time, bro.
Put him
like,
in timeout.
Bro, Elba, you can't be doing shit like that.
Tone,
bro.
Put him in timeout.
Like, all right. Listen, all right. Look, you ain't gonna see my face for a minute. I'm gonna be in timeout, but I can hear you. I'm gonna look on Twitter.
No, this shit is out of order.
No way,
You can't.
LB just brought that up right now.
This is the classic move. The classic move. Who just muted me? She muted herself. I muted myself. I read her lips. I muted myself.
No. Simone muted herself. She's cursing at you.
But this the classic move. I ain't do it. I ain't release nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you bringing that up right now?
Because I'm scared. I can't talk about my worries now.
No, LB. One thing at a goddamn time.
You're right.
One thing at a time.
I think here's the difference, though. I think people in the building actually like AJ, though.
Can I breathe for a minute? Can I breathe before we unpack something else? Suitcase is stuffed with stuff, okay? Let's unpack.
It is funny. Simone got the Hurts Brown 22 sweatshirt on.
Who bull? Quadir? Y'all act like some NFL insiders. Just tell us what happened.
First
you acting like you have LeBron number or the president phone number. Talking about it's confidential.
Well, let me say this.
I got this. Hold on. Let me cook real quick, but I'll let you cook. Hey, Quadir, just to give you a little bit of insight on how this content game work, right? I know you think that this is just some low level FaceTime and shit that you're watching, but no, we actually professionals in this thing that's trying to build something sustainable, trying to build something with a foundation. I don't know what your aspirations are in life, brother, but whether you realize it or not, relationships are worth more than anything you could ever think of. So at the end of the day, when it comes to our brand, when it comes to our platform and where we're trying to take it, we're not trying to turn this into a episode of Maury or episode of Jerry Springer. This ain't that, big bro. This ain't that at all. As a matter of fact, these are three professional people you watching here that's trying to build something with legacy, trying to build something that's going to go beyond just this YouTube space. So I don't know. Again, I don't know how you move in the streets. I don't know how you move in life.
Yeah, go listen to.
But as far as I'm concerned, loose lips sink ships. And trust me, bro, this ain't the Titanic. This the Royal Caribbean. This the Royal Caribbean, baby.
Go listen to DJ Academics or Wendy Williams or something, bro.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Like people too used to people crashing out on the internet. This ain't that, bro. I'm an adult. I'm an adult, bro. What are we doing?
I'm from a different era, man.
Yeah, like I'm 30 years old, bro. Like I'm 30. I'm 30 years old from North Philly, bro. All that talking don't get you nowhere. All that pillow talking, all that spilling the beans don't get you nowhere, bro. Again, go ahead.
First of all, as a business professional, he don't even know how it works. You ain't got no sources if you run in your mouth. Yeah. When Ian and Adam, when they put stuff out in Woj, it's per sources. Do they disclose how they got the information? No. Like as a media professional, you get stuff embargoed. Do not release. Do not say nothing if you report. Like it's business. If you don't understand the business, baby, then that's that.
And what I'm doing is I'm telling you, I talk to the individual.
Exactly.
I ain't got to talk to no agent.
No third party. You talk to the person. The person.
I talk to the person, and I'm just telling y'all it had to happen. You know what I mean? This ain't per no source. I talk to the person. Now you want to know why it had to happen? Hey man, go find this number and ask him. What I look like?
First of all, let's go on.
All right, listen, I'm gonna tell you. Let me explain my AJ Brown comment.
We already discussed AJ Brown.
We did. I'm gonna explain why I feel the way I feel.
You know,
I can't do that on this good hour. So I'm just out of bounds.
Subject for me, LB.
All right, you're right. I'm gonna text you. How I feel. Why?
I know how you feel, and you know how I feel. We already discussed this.
All right.
Yeah.
I ain't done getting off my chest. I'm gonna put it in a group chat when we do.
All right. Well, go on. Air it out then. Air it out.
No. I can't do it right now.
Hold on.
I got to think before I speak.
Hold on. This is my last thing about the. This is my last thing about the CJ GJ thing, right? My man John McMullen, he tweeted, right, and he plugged in. He's a reporter. He plugged into the organization, or whatever. He mentioned how CJ's contract was very manageable for the Eagles. So this move is not a football or a financial decision. And again, we all speculating at the end of the day. But when you just look at the money, his contract was very manageable. It really didn't impact anything. So when you think about his contract and the cap hit, they didn't have to move him. Something else had to have happened, and that goes beyond me. That goes beyond LB. That goes beyond Simone. Whatever decision they came to, they felt like it was the right decision for the team.
It was a characteristic trait.
So
that they didn't like.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. And it's. Am I a CJ GJ fan? For sure. I love what he brought to the table. This is not me by no way, shape, or form trying to say CJ GJ is a bad football player. I personally believe on the football field, the Eagles are likely better with him than without him. But there's certain sacrifices you make, and whatever the reason they came up with to move on from him, they clearly felt like it was something they could bounce back from. So again, man, I personally really don't want to dwell on this situation too much because, at the end of the day, people going to feel how they want to feel about it, and people going to have their own predictions and their own speculations about whether or not the move was justified or whether it was the right thing to do. Some people are just fans, and they just feel like he gave the Eagles the best shot, on defense. A lot of people just like what he brought to the table as far as the energy and the swag and all that kind of stuff. Like I received that. I feel him on that. I like this. Simone, she said it multiple times. Like she is CJ GJ girly. Like she got the jersey. She rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? Like I went out and supported CJ GJ when Slay said his comments. I'm on record supporting CJ GJ and what he brings to the table. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm on record saying the same thing. Like, what people call his weakness is also his superpower. I'm on record giving this guy his flowers. So listen, man, I don't got to keep validating, me personally, speaking of myself, I don't got to keep validating my thoughts on the situation. I wish it didn't have to happen. But when you hear about certain things that happens behind the scenes, you say to yourself, okay, maybe they felt like it was the right decision to do. And you live with it and you move on. And as a professional, that's what happens. Sometimes there's turnover in your industry and you got to respond.